just like, for example, HostMonster, HostGator, your accounts are shared with other people. In Web Enabled, you are not sharing. You're not sharing a server. You're actually provided your own sandbox. I'm going to demonstrate that. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is it better or does it help?
Better.
Better, okay. All right, we're just waiting for it to build. Oh, I'll just leave it here.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, like this. Is that okay?
Can
Can you hear me?
do.
I'll just put it inside my
Yeah.
Hello. Okay, sure, no problem. Just hold this. All right, so let's refresh the page and see if it's still building. So while waiting for it to build, let me show you the feature that some of the Drupal shops who are using Web Enabled are very fond of. There's a people and permissions page where you're able to invite and add people to your team. You just type in the email address and you just type, or their username. So in this case, I want this user. I'll just click this and I'll assign him. I'll give him privileges to different projects. I can give him global admin status, meaning he can see the delete, restore backups, that. Or I can remove him through this page. Okay, let me just go back to overview. Still building. It's taking time. Okay, let me proceed with the presentation while we're waiting for it to build. Okay, so this will be the look and feel after it's built. Thank you. After it is built, this is what you'll see. You'll have an interface to reset your MySQL password, your PHP. You'll see the database. You'll be able to manage the disk allotment, and you'll be able to reset the password to run. So. All right, so now that the site is built, it's basically just asking me to save the password. It doesn't matter if you lost it because you can use the reset tools to regenerate password. For the sake of presentation, if you want to log in, I'll save this in a text txt file. So let me demonstrate to you some of the cool features of Web Enabled. First, let's visit the site. Let's open this on a new tab. So you'll see that it is a working Drupal site. So let's say I want to log in. Let's see if the username and password did work. Admin, and the password is Vuvuzela99. Okay, I'm in. So now, as you can see, this is pre-configured with all the goodness of Drupal 7. Notice how fast it performs compared to working on your local machine and copying your netbook. If you're using a netbook, then you need to run Apache with a very high memory. So who here develops on a local? If you use LAMP, notice that if you're developing a Drupal site on your machine, you would have to dedicate a lot of memory just to run your LAMP software. So as you can see here, PHP 5.2 is available, 96 MB, and you can increase this up to 256 MB of memory limit. And let's just visit the models page just to show you how fast it is. So in just one click, it is as if I'm working on my local machine, but actually I'm just storing a copy of the site on Web Enabled. Okay, what are the cool things that you can do here? There is a very special tool here called Drush UI. It's a user interface for Drush. So who here are familiar with Drush, the utility used to download, enable. So just to show you it reports that this Drupal site is uses MySQL, the database username, the database name, And you can do core updates from here. You can install new modules if you want to. You can install modules on this page. So if, for example, I want to download views, what else? CCK, what else? PathAuto. I'm just going to add them and download. And it's going to, instead of FTPing to my server, it's going to download it to, just like that. And you'll see that CCK is now downloaded to my site's all modules into this site. And now, if I look for it, I can just enable it from without even logging in on my Drupal site. Let's just confirm. So just to confirm, CCK is here. So I did not do anything. I did not FTP, I did not use FileZilla, I just used the dashboard. Now, what if I want to use Drush? So I use a tool called Kitty. Just copy this. I use Kitty, let me just show you. Therefore, that webenabled.net is the server. Open. Logging in as PCSG03. And I uploaded my public key, so now I'm in. So just to show you how Drush works, let me zoom in. So ICD to public HTML.
Do you need to install this on your local?
If you already have an SSH on your Mac or Linux, you don't need this. But for Windows users, you will need PuTTY or whatever terminal utility you use.
This looks like putty.
Yeah, this one I like the Kitty because of the name, and it has certain features. It has certain features that is very interesting. So Drush, what can you do with Drush? You can Drush ST to check the status. So and then say for example Drush download views. You can do that. As simple as that. It says I'm going to download views. That's it. I want to enable views. Enable views UI. Then just type this. Then yes. It's going to download the other requirements if I missed it. Yes. What else? You can log in via MySQL. Like this. MySQL. Oops. And now I'm in the MySQL terminal. And I'll show databases. It is as if I'm working on my local machine. So use Drupal, show tables. That's just like that. Or if I don't like this approach and I really want to use a Google user interface, I just click go back to overview to show the list of tools. And I click on the PHPMyAdmin. And I click this URI and log in. 03. And I'm in. As easy as that. So I did not install anything on my computer. I'm just doing everything on my on a web browser. So what else can you do with Web Enabled? If you are fond of Git, if you're familiar with SVN or Git and you want to work with teams, you can just go to version control tab and you can initiate a new Git repository for this site. So you just click on Git, keep everything as is, and that's it. It's going to upload my public key, or if not, it's going to ask you to upload the public key. No installations whatever on my local machine. So you may ask questions later about the features of Web Enabled after my presentation, but since I have other tools to present, I'm going to move forward. So I'm going to talk about Pantheon. Pantheon is another Drupal hosting platform. But in this case, unlike Web Enabled, this is using a cloud server. It deploys to Rackspace. So why is that good? So as you can see in the screenshot, it also provides you with instant Drupal, but the approach is different. They have development, testing, and live. So let's go to that URL. Getpantheon.com. And what are the basic workflow of Pantheon is this: you sign up, you create the site, you configure on local, and synchronize changes using Git, specifically Git. So if you're not a Git user, then sorry, you would have to learn Git. So I'm already logged in, I think. So I can add a site. You can ask for a beta sign up if you are close with the developers. You can just email them. So okay, continue. And it's now building the Drupal site on the cloud. I'll just show you an existing site inside my Get Pantheon account. So from here, I just click on the Drupal site I'm working on. So notice the difference. The difference here is that it's going to just show you how to interact with your Drupal site using Git. If you are not fond of Git, then I would rather stick with Web-enabled, because Web-enabled allows you to connect your site using FileZilla or SSH. So these are very advanced tools.